All right, you know how it goes. Each week you send me in your Fiverr gigs for me to roast and audit right here on the channel to tell you exactly what it is you're doing wrong and what you need to improve in order to start getting those first orders on Fiverr. Now, this week I've decided to pick 5 of you guys. I'm going to be going through your gigs a little bit faster to show you the main problem that you're facing and what it is that you need to improve. But all 5 of you guys mostly have been on Fiverr for more than 12 months. Yet you are still to get an order on Fiverr, or you are below 50 orders still. So you're at that beginning phase, but you've already been on the platform for at least a year. So we need to fix that. Now, if you do want your gig audited, links are in the description. Also, you can join the $1 community, which has me in it, and you can ask me any questions you want. Feel free to go check that out. Links are in the description. Otherwise, let's get into this. Okay, first up we have Fedir. Okay, from Ukraine, great profile picture, absolutely love it. You look very professional here, which is great. Professional graphic designer for YouTube and social media. Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Fedir. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. I'm not too sure. This is obviously what, like your nickname, but your username, right? Get rid of it. It's not necessary in your bio whatsoever. I'm a visual strategist who turns viewers into subscribers. I don't just make it pretty. Okay, so you have used ChatGPT here. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing signs of ChatGPT. Am I right? I think I'm right. I use an analytical approach to design thumbnails that boost your CTR and stop the scroll. My expertise, viral YouTube thumbnails, gaming, Roblox. Okay, that's cool. So you're telling me that you are, a specialist in viral YouTube thumbnails. That's great, as long as you can actually show me that. If you can show me that, fantastic. But generally, the first thing, and before we even dive into this, realistically, if you're a thumbnail designer, the main thing that I would love to see is your click-through rates. Okay, so any kind of thumbnails you've designed for your clients and you know that they've performed quite well, or maybe you don't know they've performed quite well, but what I would recommend you do, maybe 7 days or maybe even 10 days after you have created that thumbnail for the client and you know that they've posted it, reach out to the client and ask them if they can send you a screenshot of the click-through rate, yeah? If it's bad, you could always give them another free thumbnail just to, keep them happy. But generally, if you can get a few screenshots of great CTRs and you can show proof of that on your Fiverr profile, that's going to get people to order your service because generally that's all people want. So this bio definitely needs a little bit of improving, to be honest. We can get rid of a lot of this. You're talking about yourself a little bit too much, whereas realistically, I would love to see some kind of, 70% of the thumbnails I create average 7% or more click-through rate. Something like that, yeah? So, a little bit of work. Now, let's get onto it. So you're in thumbnail design, and then we have 3D modeling and rendering. You're in one of the most competitive niches. Now, my honest opinion, unless you are very good at thumbnail design and you are talented and you know exactly what you're doing, and it's not just about being a great graphic designer, it's about understanding YouTube and the trends that YouTube goes through. So you need to also be quite knowledgeable about that. If you feel like you are good at that, great, carry on with thumbnail design. But if you're not, I probably would not get into thumbnail design due to the competitiveness in here. So for example, right here, I will do eye-catching gaming YouTube thumbnails only in 24 hours. This title makes no sense. So I will create, eye-catching gaming YouTube thumbnails only in, we don't need only, get rid of only. So I will create eye-catching gaming YouTube thumbnails in 24 hours. Done. Yeah, next one. I will design YouTube thumbnails people actually click. Yeah, it's okay. It's quite cool. I think maybe you could think about a few more keywords in here as well. And then this last one, I will design any 3D models using SolidWorks. Okay, all right, so let's just click on this one first. So right now, we've got this. This is not really a thumbnail. This is definitely not good enough to be a thumbnail. Realistically, for a thumbnail, I would like to see maybe a few different variations of thumbnails. And to be honest, I don't know why you don't have a picture of yourself in the thumbnail. You're an attractive guy. Yeah, you've got some good pictures there. So if it was me, I would have you on part of the image, and then I'd have maybe like 4 or 6 different thumbnails showing as well. But I would do a variety of different types of thumbnails. So this gig is mainly aimed at gaming, get some neon thumbnails in there and some more different ones. But generally right now, this is very basic. Yeah, this is what you have in your gallery. And this is the biggest problem. You have to understand when a buyer clicks on your gig, the first thing they see is your gallery, and this is not going to sell them. So you need to fix your gallery. That is the biggest thing. And in your gallery, again, if you can show me some click-through rates, that's going to be fantastic. But the biggest thing is I want to see a variety of the YouTube thumbnails you do. But click-through rates is actually going to put you one step ahead of pretty much everybody else on the platform, because again, most people go down this route of just showing their previous work. It's okay, but it's not great. Okay, one eye-catching YouTube thumbnail, very quick. Also, you only have one package here. Why do you only have one package? You have the option to make 3 different packages. Create 3 different packages. You know, your basic package can be 1 thumbnail. Great. Your standard package could be 2 variations. Yeah, so people can A/B test. And of course, the third one, if you want, it could be 3 thumbnails, so A/B/C test. Something like that. So straight away, this is a mistake. I'm not going to go any deeper, because that's your biggest mistake right now. If we click on this one, the same here, like, okay, it's a cool design, don't get me wrong, but, and here, yeah, this is obviously a generic one. It's like, I create YouTube thumbnails, that's cool, but we have bodybuilding here. This one is about, I don't know, money or some kind of challenge. And then we have another bodybuilding one here. So rather than that, what I'd rather see is like some kind of PNG of multiple different bodybuilding ones that you've done, and then another PNG of like multiple different, let's say, challenge ones, just so we can get a sense of the different industries and styles you can work with, so that me as a buyer, I know that you're confident. Let's say I'm in the finance industry, right? And I want thumbnails on finance. I want to see some kind of financial or talking head thumbnails to know that you can pull off the type of thumbnail that I'm looking for. Right now, you're not doing that, and that is your biggest problem. At least we have packages. This is good. Here, this is rubbish, I think. So you've got one high click-through thumbnail, high quality design. Great, $15. But for $30, I get the source file and I still get 1 thumbnail? No, I don't want a source file. Pretty much nobody cares about the source file. I'm pretty sure not many people care about the source file. So generally give the source file for free and then just make the standard package, maybe 2 thumbnails or something like that. But generally I would actually add in the source file for free, and that would be your competitive edge over everybody else. Because I'm pretty sure like all you have to do with the source file is just export it differently, right? So yeah, that's your biggest mistake right now. Fix that. And it will mean that when people actually click onto your gig, you're going to have a much higher chance of converting them. Because again, your competition in the thumbnail sector is massive. All right, next up we have Hamza. Hamza is a WordPress, Elementor, and GSAP. What is GSAP? No idea, to be honest. From Pakistan. Hi, I'm Hamza, WordPress developer. Sorry, real quick, profile picture. I pick at these a lot, to be honest. This one is okay. It's like a solid 6 out of 10. It looks like, I don't know, you're looking at the phone, like you don't really know what you're looking at. I'm not sure. It could be better, all right? A WordPress developer and Elementor Pro expert with 5 years of expertise, specializing in creating visual stunning and high-performing websites, leveraging modern technologies like HTML. I'm sorry, but is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript a modern technology? I thought that's been around for years, man. GSAP, maybe, I've never heard of it. So yeah, maybe these are, but this, don't think it's really that modern. Okay, great. So here again, bio, you talk a lot about yourself, you know, a lot about your experience. As long as you can show us that, it's all good. You're charging over here per hour as well. I completely disagree with freelancers charging per hour. It's not something you should do because, and I've said this multiple times before, right now you're charging $25 per hour. Well, for example, if you're still charging $25 per hour in 1 year, think about all that you've learned in that space of 1 year. Okay, so it basically means that somebody who actually buys a project from you, you could probably do their project now in 3 hours rather than the 10 hours it used to take you when you was a beginner. But you're still charging $25 per hour? Doesn't make sense, right? Because now you're more experienced, but you're gonna get paid less because it takes you less hours to do. It doesn't make sense. I'm completely against charging per hour. I don't see the point of it, and I wouldn't do it. Right now you have 1 gig. Again, another mistake. When you are definitely like just starting out or you're on a Fiverr platform, minimum you want to be creating is 3 different gigs. 3 gigs, okay? And realistically, you want to try and put these in different categories, but yeah, 3 gigs is the minimum. And then you want to start building up more and more, okay? Some people go over the top and they do like 10 or 12 gigs. Now there's nothing wrong with that, as long as each gig that you are publishing, you are putting 100% effort into. I see too many freelancers who publish tons of gigs, but generally the effort that goes into them is like 50%. And a lot of the descriptions are just copy and pasted from one gig to another. And they're thinking, okay, they're just going for the number of gigs, which will bring them more orders. Well, not technically, not if the effort on those gigs is still pretty rubbish, because you still have to convert the buyer. So minimum 3 gigs, and then of course, keep expanding, expand, but 3 gigs minimum, make sure each gig you put effort into. I would design modern Elementor landing page with GSAP. Is it? Yeah, GSAP. I don't know what it is. GSAP animation. No idea. Okay, so your thumbnail at the moment, it sucks. Yeah, I think we can be honest with each other. It completely sucks. I like this. You've called this one the GOAT. Again, one package. Why do you only have one package? What's going on? So thumbnail sucks. This is not, and look, just give you an example, right? If I click over here, these are all your competitors right now. Look at all your competitors. Look at their thumbnails. Generally, they make me want to click. Okay, now a lot of these people, there is a lot of wording on their thumbnail. My golden rule for thumbnail, don't overdo it with the wording. And the wording doesn't even have to be anything, let's say, like crazy creative. The thumbnail should be exactly kind of what you do on your gig. So for example, some of my thumbnails, let's say my YouTube video creation gig, okay? I have big letters, YouTube creator. That's it, yeah? Because the people I'm targeting are those who want videos for their YouTube channels, all right? The same for my video sales letter gig, yeah? I have big letters, VSL. I've got a few extra little bits like 6 times ROAS or videos that sell, something like that. Little buzzwords to kind of, which are gonna be important for those people who are looking for that type of video content. So again, it's the same with WordPress websites or Elementor websites. So right now you are offering Elementor landing page with GSAP animations. So realistically, I want to see a big Elementor logo because as a client, I know that Elementor is quite easy to navigate. So personally, even myself, I would look for somebody who designs my website with Elementor because I know then I can probably customize parts of it myself later on. But also GSAP animations, again, showing this in your thumbnail, but explaining this. Obviously, some people might know, I don't know what this is, but if you can show what this is also in the thumbnail, that's fantastic. So a lack of thumbnail right now. Again, we've got this. This doesn't really tell a buyer anything, right? So we just have a screenshot of the hero section of a website. Doesn't say anything to us. If it was me, yeah, this is maybe a little bit better. I would generally use Canva and I would create a kind of template and then I would put the website in that. So rather than just one screenshot, I would have a template so that people in one PNG, they can pretty much potentially see the whole web page, okay? So that they get an idea of what you can create. Right now, we have no idea what you can create because all you've done is stuck some sunglasses and some font. That's it. Well, you're not a graphic designer, are you? You're a website designer, right? So I want to see the whole website. I want to see the menu section. I want to see all of this. As a website designer, one thing you should have, of course, is a portfolio. And I don't mean just a portfolio down here. Like you've got one here on Fiverr, that's great, but how many people are going to scroll all the way down your Fiverr profile? Not that many. I want to see an actual portfolio website. And that you can actually link directly in your description. Now, of course, you've also messed up here. Why you only have one package, I have no idea. But this one package, you're offering quite a lot. So the GOAT, one modern Elementor landing page design with up to 5 sections, animations, micro interactions. Okay, so if that's maybe your basic, why is there not a standard version or a premium version of maybe, let's say, multiple pages? Also, you're offering 9 revisions. How did you come up with such a random number? Like 9 revisions? Was 8, I don't know, too small and 10 was too big? Like, how do you come up with 9 revisions? That's a strange one. I don't think any client would be like, oh yes, he offers 9 revisions. That's going to be very useful. I don't think it's necessary. 9 revisions, you might as well just go unlimited at that stage, right? 2, 3 revisions maximum. Create more gigs, and the best thing for you to do, again, is look at your competitors. So for example, let's have a little look at your competitors, right? And if I was you, because you are from, where are you from? You're from Pakistan. Some people in these kind of countries, India, Pakistan, and all this, you feel like you have the disadvantage because you're from this type of country. Yeah, you don't. There are plenty of successful people doing that. But what I would do is actually have a look at people who are also from Pakistan, see the successful ones and see, okay, what are they doing that I'm not? So it's exactly the same when I look at video creators. Yes, I look at American video creators, but the fact is I don't have the American accent, what a lot of clients would go for. So my biggest competitors are the British video creators. I want to be the same level, if not better. So for example, let's try this guy right here. He's a level 2. He looks like Pakistan or something like that. 38 orders in queue. Holy shit, that's a lot. And he is from, where's he from? Bangladesh, pretty much Pakistan. Okay, and see what I mean? His gig sucks. What is this? He's got a thumbnail and that's it. But he's got 38 orders in queue. What is going on here? So if I was you, I would be looking at these kind of people. Like, this is not a great example. Don't take any advice from his gallery, but look at his gig and be like, how is he able to have 38 orders in queue, yet he doesn't show anything? How is he doing that? That's what you've got to figure out, and then that's what you've got to copy. He's only got 333 feedback, and he's a level 2. Learn. Just research and learn from the others who are already in your niche, who are quite literally killing it, okay? Okay, before we move on to the next one, I just want to mention that I do have the Ultimate Fiverr course. This is for people who are, let's say, just getting started on Fiverr, who don't really know how to create the best performing gigs. Link is in the description. Also, through this, you will have unlimited access to the community as well, so you can ask me any questions on the community too. All right, next up, we have Belinda. Belinda is from the UK. Okay, logo's okay, not bad, nice. Are you trying to increase your business's production and efficiency? Businesses can save time by using my personal virtual assistant services. I can assist you with everyday duties like organizing meetings and events, managing projects, and making agendas and calendars to stay on top of your job because I have experience. Okay, this is boring, right? And I don't like the way you've worded this. On top of your job because I have experience with email marketing and project management. It's all like, I have this, I have this, I have this. No. Forget about selling your skills or abilities. Sell your background, yeah, your experience. Tell me who you've worked with, or it doesn't even have to be anybody big. Tell me like that you worked with somebody for 6 months and this is what your duties were, or this is what you did for them. This is how you helped them, for example. A lot here right now is like, I do this, I do this. Also here, take advantage of the fantastic benefits that come with hiring a virtual assistant by starting a trial today. No, it's cheesy. It's very generic and very cheesy. Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't hire you, to be honest. Okay, thumbnails are good. I like the thumbnails a lot. We have general assistant, we have social posts and banners, accountability and productivity. I will be your ADHD virtual assistant and life coach accountability body double. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, body double. Okay, all right. I'll be your social media manager, Canva, graphics. Okay, social media. All right, so here's where you're messing up. You're trying to go into too many directions. Like, you're only trying to do 2 directions right now, but why are you? You're either the social media person or you're the virtual assistant. Be the social media person, to be completely honest. I don't know exactly how profitable virtual assistant is, but I can't see it. Plus, you're also charging per hour in those situations. So I honestly don't think it's worth it. Be the social media person because everybody needs social media. Every single day there's new businesses coming out and they need social media. So this is something that's in massive demand. It's not really saturated because there's such demand, yeah? So forget about a virtual assistant. We'll click on it anyway. Basic 1 to 2 hours of different executive administrative personal tasks. Okay. Standard 5 hours of different executive administrative. Like, come on, 5 hours for $40? It's not much, yeah? It's pretty cheap. And the thing is, right here, you're not... Thumbnail is great. Don't get me wrong. Love the thumbnail. But I guess I want to see more, especially here in your gallery. Like, I want to know what you're able to do. Like, if I were to hire you, like, if I wanted a virtual assistant, and this is what you need to do. You need to put yourself in your buyer's shoes. If I wanted a virtual assistant, as a buyer, I would already know what it was that I wanted that virtual assistant to do because I would already have a pain point, right? And I'm like, oh, dude, I wish I could outsource this to somebody, whether it's replying to emails or whatever. There's always a pain point that somebody would have. That's why they want a VA. So if I was you, I would figure out a bunch of pain points that people would have and why they would want a VA, and I would sell your services based on those pain points. Okay, so for example, your description. Well, there is no description, is there? Oh, it's here, sorry. Are you finding it hard to focus on what's important because you're busy with everyday tasks? Whether you're a business owner, professional, I'm your personal executive virtual assistant, ready to help you stay organized. Here's what I can help with: email management. Okay, so this is great. This is great. But I would just feel, honestly, if I took you on, I feel like I would then have to explain everything to you, because you're not exactly showing yourself as a professional in this field. You're showing yourself, to me, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody who's decided that she doesn't really have any other skills. So she thinks that being a virtual assistant is something that could be an easy opportunity to get started in and make some money. And this is why you're kind of like, hey, I do all of this, but there's not really much to back it up. I don't know. I would get rid of virtual assistant personally. If we have a look at your social media banners, okay, again here, yeah? Social media manager, Canva, graphics designer, why are you a virtual assistant? No, get rid of virtual assistant here. Like, you try to cram in so many keywords. I'll be your social media manager, Canva, graphics designer, executive virtual assistant. What the fuck is that? Yeah, like, what is that? It's too much. Way too much going on there. Get rid of this executive virtual assistant. So also here, I'm not seeing any designs. It's great that you're a designer. If you want to be a designer, great. But if any buyer is looking for designs, the first thing I want to see is actual designs. You don't have a portfolio either. You don't have any portfolio. Also, think about your packages, yeah? Look, you have one custom graphic or simple flyer, logos. So you're offering so much in one package, right? So look, you're like one custom graphic or simple flyers, logos delivered in Canva format. What is it? Is it like, there's a big difference between a flyer and a logo. Also, simple flyers. What class is a simple flyer? You're not showing us what class is. 4 branded visuals, a mix of digital designs, flyers, brochures. Yeah, but what? Nobody comes to your profile and like, you know what? I would love a mix of 4 different designs. Like, people don't want that. If they want social media management, they generally want somebody creating content for their Instagram or stuff like that. Up to 7 Canva templates, include layout. You need to be looking at your competitors. Also, you're not offering revisions on any of these. It's a graphic design job, so there should be some kind of revisions. Yeah. 7-day social media management on 2 social media platforms, daily posting. Daily posting, what do you mean daily posting? Who's giving you the stuff? Are you creating it, or does the client have to give you it? Plus hashtags. Hashtags don't do anything. Like, we all know this now. 10 days social media management, free social media platforms, daily posting. Who's giving you the stuff? Like, I wouldn't pay $80 for somebody to post stuff for me. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. There's very little you're showing us. The reason I wouldn't buy your services is because, one, I don't really understand what the hell it is you're actually offering me. Your packages are just way too vague, and you're trying to cram so much into one package when realistically, some of these packages should actually be just completely different gigs. Like flyer, brochure, and logo, we're talking like 2 or 3 different gigs now, right? So that's what you need to kind of get fixed right now. All right, next up we've got Peter. Are you looking for a well-versed developer? I develop websites and also create development for streamers. For web development, I specialize on WordPress, Wix, Shopify. For streamers, okay, cool. That's pretty cool. You're saying what you specialize in. There's nothing here to say, hey, I've worked with this company, this creator. You're not giving us anything there, okay? And that's something that if you can name drop brands, that's a big one. Logo, all right, yeah, pretty cool. Not bad, not bad. Thumbnails, solid 5 out of 10 so far. Like, we have setup and installation, website building design, WordPress, backup and migration. It's great that you're putting yourself into these different categories. That is good. Let's click on one of these. I will quickly troubleshoot and fix one streaming issue for OBS Studio. vMix, Streamlit, okay. Full setup, source, scenes, alerts, Facecam, audio mixing. Okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah, you're basically setting up people's like OBS and that kind of stuff. These are not so good, right? So we've got your thumbnail here, or we got a video. Okay, nothing, it's just like that. That's pretty poor. Setup and fix. Okay, so I don't know if this is you or not, but generally it's a good picture if it is you. So I would use a little bit more of it. I would get your thumbnails redesigned. I would actually get them designed probably professionally. Again, what I would like to see here, again, I would just go to Canva. I would create a PDF and I would kind of explain a little bit more in detail about these different packages. So, you know, troubleshooting some of the problems. So like when a client comes here and they want to order maybe the basic package, they would understand that what comes under that troubleshooting one. Yeah, it might be here in your description, My fixes I do, all streaming softwares I use. Yeah, see, but I guess I want to see a little bit more, especially in the gallery. You could put this and you could actually make it very visual and easy to understand. Over here we have another one, but if you look at this like thumbnail, yeah, Wix SEO in bikes we trust. What? So that's not a great thumbnail, right? You've taken a screenshot and you've put this white writing up here on the screenshot, which completely just blends into the background. Yeah, so this is pretty bad, right? You've got Wix website custom. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, it's not great. This is where you really need to make first fixes. Start with your thumbnails. Seriously, start with your thumbnails. Start with your thumbnails because they are starter 1 to 3 page Wix website. So look, for example, yeah, right here, your starter package is a 1 to 3 page Wix website. So is that 1 to 3 sections or is that 1 to 3 pages? Because here you say 1 page, but as a buyer, I would now wonder, are you offering me 1 to 3 pages for $30? If so, then how many sections are on that page? Yeah, up to 5 pages with full Wix website redesign. You're not giving me enough. So like I explained this to somebody the other day, and this is the best way you can actually create your gig, your packages, your gallery. Think about when you're walking down the road, yeah? And somebody stops you and let's say there's a salesperson and they're handing you a brochure to, I don't know, some cruise ship holiday. And they're like, you know, you take that brochure and on that brochure, what do you see first? You see pictures, you see the cruise, you see the swimming pools, the restaurants, the cabins, and you're like, oh, this looks good. Okay, let me read some more. Oh, okay, so it travels from here to here. It's on these dates, it costs this much money. Oh, wow, there's like famous singers on board or whatever, yeah? But there's the relevant information on that brochure to sell you that package, which is the cruise ship holiday. That's kind of what you need to do with your Fiverr. All right, through your gallery and through your packages, you need to give the relevant information that's going to get buyers across the line. And this is not, all right? It's just not. So fix your thumbnails, the packages, they're too basic. Like there's a lot that goes into a website design, a lot, but you're not telling us anything. For example, I would tell people about the kind of sections that you recommend. Remember, you're the professional website designer here, yeah? So I'm the novice who comes to you and say, please, sir, I need a website. And you're like, okay, do you want 1 page or 3 pages? What's this website gonna be for? Okay, I would recommend 5 pages. And on those 5 pages, I'd recommend we have these sections. But we also have these sections which we could add in. Mate, you've now upsold me so much more just because you're the one taking the initiative. You're the one taking control of the whole situation. Right now, you're not taking control. You're just like, 1 page, here, $10. All right, last but not least, we have Dinesh. Photo is good. Again, another WordPress website designer. Probably this guy's going to be similar to the last, I would imagine. Elementor Pro with 3+ years of experience. I design modern, responsive WordPress websites and redesign. Okay, cool. Okay, number 1, I don't like. And, you know, this is obviously just you. It's your religion, whatever. Up here, this photo is great. Love it, man. Down here, you're wearing the whole headgear get up. Yeah, even on this one, for example, we got the whole, let's say, outfit going on. And like, I'll be completely honest, I don't think it would work that well for buyers, yeah? So change it for your profile picture. Your profile picture is a lot better, so I wouldn't dress like this for my thumbnail. Now, that might sound bad, but I hope you know what I mean, and I hope you understand exactly where I'm going with this, yeah? So, thumbnail, not bad, not great, but not bad. Here is where things get worse, okay? We have the gallery. What are we looking at here exactly? Yeah, so right now you're gonna help me with the setup and optimization of my meta ads, but you're showing me a screenshot which makes no sense. Grow with Facebook lead ads. Okay, so this is pointless. Everything you add onto your Fiverr gig needs to have value to a potential buyer. If it doesn't have value, do not add it, okay? That's simple. This, does it have value? No, it doesn't. Get rid of it. This, does it have value? You'll argue with me and you'll say, oh yeah, but this is the dashboard of the, yeah, great, but where's the context? What are you showing me that you have physically done here? What are you showing me? There's no context, so it's irrelevant. It's not going to add any value to any buyer, okay? Campaign launch and 1 week management. Okay, this is nice. Packages are nice, I like them. Are your Facebook and Instagram ads failing to deliver results, struggling with low engagement and poor conversion rates? Okay, with over 2 years of experience in digital marketing, specializing in expertise in meta ads. Cool, okay, a lot of talk about you, that's all good. Also, just a real quick one. Okay, no, that's fine. I was gonna point out the fact that you have over 2 years here, but back here, I'm pretty sure you said over 3 years, 3 years plus. Okay, that might be Elementor. Also, just going back to your bio real quick, I've completed 8+ Fiverr orders with 5-star reviews. That's not a bragging point, okay? It's not a bragging point. My partner tried to do this recently, and she's got like, I don't know, like 500 reviews, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put 500." I'm like, it doesn't, it's not that great, not compared to people with thousands of reviews. So yeah, get rid of that. It's pretty pointless. I will set up optimize pain point. Okay, so here, this is a bit wrong. Pain points, ineffective ad performance, low engagement and conversions. No, it's not a pain point, yeah? The pain points are what you are, let's say, trying to sell, but you're not telling the client pain points, ineffective ad performance, low engagement and conversions, difficulty targeting the right audience. That's not what the client needs to hear or what they should be seeing. They shouldn't be really seeing that, okay? My services include, cool, soft skills. We don't care about soft skills. Get rid of that. This is not a resume, all right? Contact me before ordering to discuss your project requirements. Yes, you can do this. However, I disagree with this. You should have all the relevant information on here so people can place an order without needing to contact you first. You've got a portfolio. That's great. Nice. This is a website though. I don't know what I'm seeing from a website. Again, we have another website. If you're a social media meta ads, I kind of want to see more towards social media. Obviously, your biggest selling point for social media is going to be like the kind of the whole setup system, or the fact that you're actually getting people results. Also, one more thing real quickly here, business card and stationery. So I saw this one.
Hey, are you looking for a professional HTML image generator?
So again, yeah, if you've got this kind of cool, quirky profile picture, don't dress like this for your gig videos. I don't think you should dress like that. You should dress more like this. Also, this is in business card and stationery. Clickable HTML email signature for all platforms. This is cool. I don't know what kind of demand there is for this. I would need to research this to see what kind of demand. But realistically, the first thing that I'd want to see is maybe different variations, what you could do. Let's say I'm a doctor, let's say I'm a real estate person, let's say I'm a lawyer. I want to see kind of, let's say, different design iterations, so that potentially from a client's point of view, I can say like, yeah, I want number 5. How easy would that be for you then? Just say, okay, cool. Yeah, I already have that as a template. So I'll just put your stuff on it. It would make life so much easier, right? So a couple of fixes there to do. Generally good start, but yeah, just a few fixes that I would first recommend doing. And also you see like, yeah, please get rid of that. The whole completed 8 Fiverr orders, get rid of it. So there you go. Pretty much, that was quite a fast one. Normally, we are a lot longer with these gig audits, but I just want to show you, there's nothing overly complicated that a lot of you guys are making mistakes on. The mistakes are actually pretty obvious and pretty simple. Just honestly, if there's one piece of major advice I could give all of you guys, if you're having the same issues of getting more orders on Fiverr, even outside of Fiverr, you have to think how your potential client is going to think. That's pretty much it. Okay, so whatever your potential client is coming to the platform looking for, that's how you need to sell yourself. So you just really need to think in the way of how your clients are. And for example, some of you guys already have a decent amount of reviews. So clients are contacting you, and through them contacting you, you know exactly what questions they're asking, what their pain points are. So you already have a very good, let's say, knowledge base of how you can market yourself in order to be appealing to those types of people. So yeah, there you have it. 5, I think it was 5, I forgot now, but 5 Fiverr profiles, fully audited. Let's see how these guys get on in the future. Otherwise, if you do want your gig audited, link is in the description. Otherwise, last week's gig audit is right here on the screen.